My name is Michael Mastro. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Vastu Creations. Today we're going to look at the chart for legendary Oscar-winning actress and politician Glenda Jackson. May she rest in peace. If you look to the eastern horizon when she was born, you would see the constellation associated with Cancer rising at 25 degrees. First, we're going to look and see how the planets are operating, and then we'll look and see when they were operating at different events in their life and what could be done to strengthen the chart. So, very interesting chart. Many planets in the 12th house, but she's definitely used that to her advantage in her acting career. So, Sun is placed in the 12th house, so it's weak placement. The 12th house is challenging, and it is close to the most effective point, which is the rising sign degree, so has some influence. So it's ruling the second house of wealth, fame, and stability in the marriage, and it gives her wealth through taking on separating from who she is to take on different roles in her acting and political career. Weak Sun is an indicator of digestive issues and heart. Weak placement of the moon. Moon rules the chart. Moon is also close to the most effective point, the rising sign degree, and it is placed in the 8th house, which is a challenging house. But it gives her the ability to research the roles that she plays. The 8th house has to do with research, and gives her public compassion. She's very much an activist for the poor and the needy, and Moon is in this chart becomes the prime health indicator, which also can cause issues for the heart and the autoimmunity. Then we have weak placement of Mars also in the 12th house, and it is ruling the house of career. So again, career through this ability to separate from who she is to take on different acting roles, and roles that she's very passionate about. Weak placement, afflicted by K2, Mercury. Mercury is ruling the house of success through performing arts, and sitting in that 12th house as well. And again, her success comes through her ability to take on these different roles. Now, it is weak, and so in terms of health issues, she did have a lot of anxiety and nervousness before she would begin to act. I forgot to talk about Mars. Its weakness can cause some inflammation. Now, Jupiter is ruling the 6th house, and it is challenging. The 6th house has to do with health and conflict, so Jupiter in this chart is sitting in the 5th house. 5th house has to do with creativity and entertainment. So healing comes through the ability to entertain. It is challenging. So she did have one divorce. Now, the weak placement of old Venus. Venus is any planet that's more than 25 degrees or less than 5 degrees is said to be in infant state or old age, and it can't promote or protect its own significations. So Venus is ruling that house of happiness and home life. Her happiness comes through her roles in performing arts, Venus sitting in that 12th house, and it also does cause some disturbance in the family life. She did have an affair. Then we have challenging functional malefic Saturn. Now, any planet, a multiconal sign in the 6th or the 8th house or the 12th house, that sign's ruler becomes functional malefic, meaning it can cause challenges. So Saturn is in old age also, and it gives her the ability to research roles and help others through her political career. Then we have challenging functional malefic Rahu Ketu. Rahu sitting in the house of health, causing some health issues concerned with the body. And then Ketu sitting in the 12th house of spiritual growth. So balancing body and spirit. They're always balancing something. So looking at the timing of events, in 1954 she got an acting scholarship during a Mercury period, Mercury bringing the start of her success. First acting role was Doctor in the House during a Venus period, Venus also having to do with acting. Got married during a Venus period. Venus is home life, starting a home. Then in 1970, she got her first Oscar for Women in Love during a Mercury period, Mercury bringing success. In 1972, she got an Emmy for Queen Elizabeth during a also Mercury period bringing success, and Venus for her acting. Then in 1974, she got an Oscar for Touch of Class, again during a Mercury period, Mercury indicating success. In 1976, so she got a divorce. So that her, from 1970 to 1976 was a very, very successful period for her, associated with Mercury. She got a divorce in 1976 during a Sun period. Sun is ruling the house of marital stability. She had an affair with a lighting specialist for the movie she was in. In 1981, she was elected to Parliament, and from 1992 to 2005, she was an MP in the Parliament, all during Saturn. She got elected in a Saturn period, Saturn having to do with life-changing events and service. 2003, she passed away June 15th during a Moon-Saturn period. Saturn is ruling the house of longevity, the 8th house, and Rahu is afflicting Jupiter. So Rahu is sitting in the health house, afflicting the ruler of that house, which is Jupiter. So she had a short illness and then she passed away. And Saturn was afflicting K2. So Saturn, longevity, fifth aspect, afflicting K2, which is sitting in the house of endings. So what could be done to strengthen the chart? So strengthening all the weak planets with my favorite remedy, Kavash, which is a silver locket containing Devata yantras for those planets, and then helping other people and transforming the malefics, which are Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, and Jupiter, which she's already doing in her political activism career. So thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to see or get a Kavash or get a reading or learn Vedic astrology, you can go to www.vastucreations.com. Thank you so much for listening.